Alrighty guys, we are back with some GAC catch-ups. We're looking at the penultimate week of the GAC that's just finished, round 1. Apologies that I'm late behind these ones, but we will get round to them. Sorry about this. Let's do this. Alrighty-roo, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go ahead and put my face back on top of my face. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so guys, we are up against a gent known as a villain in this first round. This was a tough matchup for me. The guy did have 3 GLs to my 2. You can see he's rocking the JMK with Cat alongside him there. Tough team, but there is no ult. We've also got Geos, and we've also got the Mon Mothma squad. And in the southern section, guys, we've got a Padme with the 5-0 first, which was odd, but I'm guessing it's because he used all his Galactic Republic to help out with the Jedi Master Kenobi. And we've got Darth Revan here, alongside the likes of HK and Malak. Now, do check out his speeds, 321. My main concern going into this, guys, is this week, I didn't have mods on my Darth Revan or my Jedi Knight Revan. So my Darth Revan was a blistering 256 speed, and I think my Revan was only missing 1 mod, so he was about 301. So yeah, remember to lock in your mods correctly, guys. Let's jump into the first battle. So for the first battle, guys, I decide I'm going to take out the Padme team, and I figure, well, usually if it's a Padme team, I can quite happily take in a CLS squad to deal with it. So why not try and give it a whirl here? It is obviously a little bit different. You've got to think about a couple of things here. Namely, you can't give the 501st too much time for Rex to get to his Rexalate. You obviously have to kill 5s before you kill the other clones, because otherwise they'll get the sacrifice and those clones will just run circles around you. So obviously it's a little bit different with this Padme lineup, because the attacks out of turn will stop you from killing 5s. He's just going to be way too tanky. So I first started off just concentrating on 5s, but then I realized, you know what, we do kind of have to kill Padme. So I try and get the stun on 5s, we land the stun no problem, get for the stun on Padme, we get that sorted. I probably should have passed buffs there rather than doing basic, because why not get those additional buffs, that additional crit damage. And then I decide, okay, I probably shouldn't do the AoEs here. We don't want to risk too much killing all the clones at once. 1 I think is fine. Any more than that, we do really run the risk of getting a sacrifice from the clones. The reason we didn't get a counterattack there is because we used Chupio's blind, so he didn't land the hits, so he didn't counterattack. Now we're in a pretty sexy position, because no more Padme means these clones are just going to fall like a sack of potatoes. So obviously take out 5s, and then it's just a case of take out whoever's left. Could take out Rex first to stop the TM train. Iced coffee. Delicious. Smudge, you know, stop destroying my bed. That'll be super. Alrighty, that's a win in the bag. Ah yes, so next up, we do decide to take on the Darth Revan team. I'll obviously want to reveal that back wall. So I'm going to take in Gas 50 first. Normally I would think about doing a DR mirror match here. My DR should be 352, but like I said, no mods on him, which means I do kind of have to run the Gas 50 first instead. It's a reliable counter. I feel like I won't need the 50 first anywhere else. If we do come across a Grievous later on down the line, I'm sure we can figure out a way of dealing with it. So here we go. Now, Gas versus DR is never particularly good banners, but in 5v5 in particular, it's a pretty solid counter. You have to mess up quite badly to not get this to work correctly. So let's get into it. Immediately trying to focus down that Basti Fallen. We do trigger some of the draining on Malak. Get rid of Basti, that's super important. Obviously you can't call assists against the DR, so no point doing that. We're just down to Malak now, so it's looking pretty plain sailing. At this point, my only concern is really I don't want to try and trigger the sacrifice if I can help it. Obviously, with the way things turn out, if it's just Malak, it's pretty hard to control that. But we got lucky enough with our gas standing up. 56 banners, not too shoddy. So with that destruction there, we do get to reveal the back wall. Let's see what we've got in store for us. The front wall north has got plenty of difficult teams. Back wall, we do have a General Grievous team that is all relicked out, and we've got a very strange underpowered JTR team. Very, very interesting. So for now, guys, I decide to go back to the northern section, and we're going to take out the Geo team. So I'll use my pretty standard counter here of Traya and Scion to take out these guys. I've done this 100 times in the past, and I figured, you know what, this is why I geared up these guys. Traya, it has a lot of use in like a Vader team to take out Rey. Rest in pepperoni once the changes come in. That counter is likely to have been nerfed out of existence. But you'll still find use in taking out Geos with it. It's pretty straightforward, and I'm getting very concerned here about my Scion. He very nearly died there to the yeet. I'm like, please just let me have a turn with Scion so that I can do the AoE. It turns out, guys, that this counter is not 100% effective like I thought it was. We take out the GBA here, and I'm feeling pretty confident right now, but then the spy comes in and just lands a lucky crit against my Scion. He is running a 6E crit avoidance mod. Obviously it's Traya lead, but hey, all it takes is for that spy to get that one crit, take out your Scion, and that's it really. Traya on her own will not be able to handle this. She'll not be able to handle this. I probably should have taken out Poggle there instead of going for Geo Spy, but it is what it is. Couldn't quite finish off the spy here, and then we're just left with some bad news when that spy gets his next big hit. Look, we haven't got any health on us whatsoever. Tried to keep Traya alive just by giving her that bonus protection, but the spy comes in, crits her as well. Rest in peace. That's the first time that Geo counter has failed me, ever. So before continuing on, we decide to take out the troublesome team, and that would be the Jedi Master Kenobi, featuring a side serving of Commander Ahsoka Tano. Now, like I said, guys, this one doesn't happen to have the ultimate on the Kenobi. That makes things a heck of a lot easier, but at the end of the day, Jedi Master Kenobi with Cat is still a dangerous team. So I go in with my JMK here, got GMY, got Barriss, got Shakti, and JKR. JKR is just there for us to ignore taunts, bring the focus to where we need it. So, we increased the cooldown on JMK so he couldn't reset cooldowns on Cat at the beginning. She's obviously got her leap right now, but I know that without ult, she's only going to be able to hit our Jedi Master Luke with it. Jedi Master Luke will only take massive damage from that attack instead of being straight out annihilated. So I figured I had to go in with a Luke lead here just to eat that annihilate. Go ahead and spread some of those delicious buffs now. And there's the leap. So she's wasted her insta-kill leap, which is fantastic. And we've just gone ahead and decided, let's kill Anakin if we can. Stop him gaining his bonus turns when people go into 50% health. Just take him out, and then we'll probably switch our focus over to Commander Ahsoka Tano. We do want to get her out of there as soon as possible. So right now it looks like we are just going ahead and trying to increase our mastery right now. Not increase our mastery so much as charge up the ultimate, for our JMK. So here we go. We do need to get rid of that Anakin. Do the thing past me. There we go. There's the savior mechanic operating out of Jedi Master Kenobi. We've triggered that once. Now it's just a case of finishing off that JKA, hopefully sooner rather than later. Now normally I like to run Hoda in this lineup, simply because he gives good additional healing, but I believe my Jedi Knight Luke and Hoda might well be on defense. I'm not 100% on that. So I think mostly here I was just trying to get the advantage over to Grandmaster Yoda, so that he can do a nice big hit. That heal came in just in time from Zaris there. Good thing to note, guys, that Zaris as a healer is super useful with any team that's got heal immunity, because her big heal will heal through things like ability block, because it is a health equalization effect rather than a heal. Much like Hermit Yoda's big heal is a health equalization effect, so if somebody has got heal immunity on them, you will be able to heal through it. Nicely done there, targeting down Ahsoka Tano. So we should be able to get rid of her, and she will no longer be a threat. We'll have our ultimate coming up here soon, and we're about halfway through the match, so we need to think about speeding things up a little bit. Kenobi over there being ever so irritating by using that heal just then, and bringing his Commander Ahsoka Tano back up to good health. Boop! And then she's gone again. We get the heal immunity on GMY, a little bit scary. Have no means of reviving in this team right now, so I'm a little bit concerned. Steal the buffs and spread them. I think we should focus down OG Ahsoka now. If we get her out of there, it also becomes a lot more manageable because she just assists all the damn time. So what are we going to do here? Looks like I am stressing at the moment, trying to think what is the best move to do. I don't really want to eat the counter attacks, but looks like I go for the F-Lux anyway. GMY there with the clutch foresight. It's all those assists from Ahsoka Tano that really slow this down. We're at 1 minute and 35 seconds here, in real danger right now of actually just straight up timing out. It does make me nervous, guys, because I'm like, come on, stop thinking so much. Another clutch heal coming out of Zaris there, bringing our whole GMY into good health. Go on, just do the big hit and kill Ahsoka. There we go. Now we're just down to GK and GMK, so it should be pretty plain sailing from here. We're calling We're calling Shakti to assist here, so she's passing that offense up to all our allies. Super, super useful. GMY getting the call to assist there. I'll do that, get rid of the foresight. Gotta kill that Kenobi. There we go, he's gone. And then we can just direct focus General Kenobi. Big hits. We should be able to finish this off without too many issues. Obviously, not great on banners, but not terrible either, to be honest with you. I mean, we nearly managed to recover the protection banners on Shakti. 56 will have to do against the strong team. So after that, guys, we decided to go up against the Mon Mothma team, and I'm just going to take Padme. It's a pretty solid counter. I go in there with the full squad. I did this simply because I was like, I've already dropped a battle against Geos. I haven't been the most efficient in the other battles here so far. I just want to make sure I get the one shot. So we start going immediately after Cara Dune. She's a fantastic addition to the Mon Mothma team, provides a lot of control, a lot of additional stats, TM manipulation, that sort of thing. However, she's only gear 12 compared to the rest that are in relics, so I decided to focus her down, try and burn through the Mon Mothma revives, and just find the opportunity to try and get that numbers advantage, decrease the overall assists and attacks out of turn that these guys are able to make. And we get the burning going here. A little bit of AoE damage is always good against teams like this. Another bit of AoE damage going there. We nearly take out Wedge. I think the revive is going to come now. There we go. Revive comes in, they get a big heal. We do this for the extra protection up. We can see that Padme there has got 14 stacks of courage. That's not too terrible. 24 stacks of courage there on our Ahsoka, so she does some good damage to that Cara Dune. We start working down Cara Dune once again. R2 sees her off. He's still got 19 stacks of courage, so he's going to be one bopping another gentleman soon enough, I'm sure. 14 stacks here, nearly takes out Wedge. If we had that one more stack of courage, I think we probably would have one-shot that Wedge there. R2 comes in, uses 10 stacks, completely annihilates the Wedge. Now we're working on Lando. I like to leave Biggs to last simply because he gains so much turn meter and he gets that evasion up, so he can be a real pain to actually land hits on, and he just ends up taking a bunch of turns, which then calls all the assists. It's just frustrating. So I usually leave Biggs until last. Cleanse all those buffs, he gets it back. It's like, Biggs, you're so annoying. You're so annoying, Biggs. Just looking for a mass assist to try and take him out. We don't have a whole lot of courage stacked up. 12 there in R2, nearly enough. Obviously, Biggs just gets that bonus turn. I'm like, Biggs. Come on, let me kill you. There we go, job done. 55 banners. Again, not great banners, but we got the win. We decide to go after the General Grievous team next, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to take in our DR. Even though he doesn't have mods and he's only rocking 256 speed, I figure a full Sith Empire can still take out a General Grievous team. Hopefully we get lucky with the death mark so that we'll be able to start targeting Grievous pretty early on. If we can take him out quickly, then this batch is a cakewalk. So we start off, Basti Fallen is the fastest at, I think she's about 320 here. Try and get the shock over there on the Maggie. Success. And we're getting a little bit of fear spread already, which is lovely. So I want to try and land the shock on that B2. No such luck. The shock would stop him gaining all the bonus turn meter, which would be nice, but we don't get the luck this time. I think I just focused down the B1 for a little part. Yeah, we want to try and lower those stacks where we can. Get the shock over there. There we go. We triggered the death mark on General Grievous there, which is super. We're able to time it in with a big mass fear. We are looking pretty right now. Get rid of the B2 as well. And then we just want to focus on the Droideka because he still runs the risk of just deciding, you know what, I'm going to delete this character. So we want to try and kill him if possible. Swap over the target to the B1 there just to get the additional hit in. Spread a little bit more fear. I don't know why I bothered retargeting here. That was kind of pointless of me, but no, it is what it is. And then we just want to focus down that B1 Super Battle Droid. Game's in the, this particular match is in the bag right now. Doesn't look like we're going to do great as far as recovery of health and protection. There's just not enough time for us to recover that. But hey ho, it is what it is. Go ahead and drain all Maggie there. At least Malik will be finishing with full health and protection. One last AoE fear. Boop. Zappity. And Maggie does her thing as a banner stealer. 55 again. Not great, but it is a General Grievous team, guys. So we decided to go in against that weird JTR team now, and I decided I'm just going to take in Vader What Thrawn. It's going to be a pretty straightforward counter, I feel. R2 is going to be fast, but we can just get rid of all that stealth as soon as possible with Merciless Massacre. Obviously, the big threat is Rey, but with her foresight, I won't be able to land any dots on her, which is a bit of a shame. The rest nearly die. I'm glad they don't, because this gives me more turns, which means I'll have more opportunities to reset cooldowns and use up the Merciless Massacre. Super, super useful. Get one last ability block, and we just yeet Rey out of there. Super. Get some more dots on R2, and then we can just fracture him. We needed the banners here, to be honest, guys, because if we hadn't got a win like this, we would have been in deep, deep trouble. And boop. What with the kills there. We finally get a decent banner victory. Now we just need to clear up those bugs, I believe, in the northern section, and we'll be able to get through into Fleet. So I decided to go in and take leftover resistance, guys. I was fairly confident here simply because there's no GBA. I think they also lost Geos Soldier, so they've only got Spy, Sunfac, and Poggle, and they don't have the most health in the world right now. So I decided to go in with these guys, and oh, we didn't take out Soldier. We must have taken out Sunfac. Just immediately want to take out the Soldier here, I believe, calling in BB-8. Didn't even need to by the looks of things. Big hit from Major Tom there. BB-8 does a bit of a wiggle. We get rid of the buffs over here from Spy. Even Resistance Pilot, R3 Resistance Pilot gets a kill there, 40 banners, and we get a promotion. How nice is that? So we get to see his fleet now, guys, and we can see he does at least have a Negotiator on defense, but also has a Home 1 over here, which is running a Houndstooth with a Rebel Y-Wing starting lineup. I don't think it's particularly effective, to be honest. We decided to go straight after the Negotiator. We saved both of our Get 2 fleets for offense this round, so I'm going in with my Malevolence. I want to make sure that I kill this damn fleet right now because we've already dropped far too many battles. Kinda need to get a win here. So I go in with the standard lineup of Sunfac with the Separatist droids. We have Spy and Soldier on the bench, and I throw in Ebon Hawk there as a little bit of insurance. Ebon Hawk with the Mass Cleanse, or not the Mass Cleanse, the Dispel on the reinforcement can be super handy to try and take out a ETA-2 that's hidden after expending its unending loyalty, guys. So I like to use that ship. I also like to use the likes of the Imperial type bomber, for example, for the same reasons. Dispelling all the buffs that the enemy team might have. Immediately go after the ETA-2, obviously. Unfortunately, we don't land that buff immunity on him, so when that unending loyalty does trigger, he is going to go into stealth. Kind of frustrating. So his Y-Wing starts taunting. We have to be very careful in this lineup, but fortunately for me, I find the Umbaran lineup easier to manage than, say, if they'd used Ahsoka in this lineup, or even Rex. So there we go. Anakin has triggered his unending loyalty, gets into stealth, which is rather frustrating, and the reinforcement does happen to be Clone Sergeant. That does make me think I can't really call in the Umbaran here right now, simply because if I called in the Umbaran, Clone Sergeant would simply retaunt, as he does have protection. He gets that second unending loyalty off lightning fast. It's because he hasn't killed another one of my buzz droids, which is a little bit frustrating. We do lose our hyena bomber there. It makes me very, very concerned. However, now that Clone Sarge has lost all his protection, I can actually summon in the Ebon Hawk, and that lets me take out his Jedi Knight Anakin. Super important to do that, guys. The earlier you can get him out, the better. He's already survived quite long enough. There we go, we get a 3-turn ultimate. My god, it's really not looking good for us right now, is it, guys? We've just got Ebon Hawk. I think that's Sunfac on the field. We do manage to take out the Umbaran with the buzz droids, but we lose Sunfac due to the grenades. It is not looking pretty here, ladies and gentlemen. This is definitely squeaky bum time. Am I going to drop another battle? Just in time, we managed to get a reinforcement. Desperately needed that. I call in Spy so we can take out that Sunfac. He's also a high damage dealing character, so that kind of helps as well. Unfortunately, the Y-Wing with its AoE does cleanse before it lands the attack, so it actually cleansed that foresight off of our Ebon Hawk before landing the attack, kills our Ebon Hawk. I am very, very much in trouble right now. Luckily, Spy does hide under stealth when it gets hit like that, so we do manage to keep him out of harm's way for just a little bit at the very least. It's still not looking pretty. If that hit would have killed our Sunfac, our spy, we would have been just gonzos. Just gonzos. Luckily, we managed to get to our ult. We are still in really bad shape though, guys. The buzz droids that's on that clone sergeant is actually a bug. He doesn't actually have the buzz droids. It's been cleansed and I didn't notice. Probably because I was pretty stressed. But we managed to get through to another reinforcement, and now things are starting to swing in our favour. Get the big assist over here, take out the Y-Wing, and then it's just the clone Sarge left. Get a basic out of our Sunfac, and the squeakiest victory I have ever had, I think, on a Malevolence v Negotiator. But now I've got my R8 Negotiator to take out his home one, and that's not going to be a big deal. It's a pretty straightforward matchup. He's not even got a 3 Rebel starting lineup, which means it's going to be even easier for me to start taking out the Rebels, so the Millennium Falcon will not be half as efficient as it could be. So, let's get into it, guys. Very last battle of this particular GAC. At this point, I'm fairly confident that I've lost this GAC, because, let's face it, I dropped the battle, I've had bad banners, I've had one really terrible fleet banner victory against his Negotiator just now. It's not looking pretty for me, guys. It's not looking pretty. We get the buff immunity there on the Hound's Tooth, which is super useful, but it's probably a little bit of too little too late at this point. I really should have retargeted to the Y-Wing there to get the mass hit, but obviously at this point I think I was kind of stressed. And we're just looking to tidy up. We call in Plo here. That clears off the shield disruption from our BTLB Y-Wing, passes additional turn meter. Go ahead and just take out this Y-Wing lickety-split. There we go. Now we're just left with the Millennium Falcon. Get our unending loyalty out. And just a basic cleansed off the evasion ability off the Millennium Falcon there, and he summons in Biggs because he's like, you know what, guys, I kind of just want to drag this out a little bit longer. Nearly killed the Millennium Falcon with the AoE, and then we do get our ultimate off. So goodbye Millennium Falcon, and now it's just Biggs, and Biggs ain't going to do much of anything. Without any support, a Home 1 fleet, particularly once it's lost the Millennium Falcon, the Rebel fleet is just not strong. And there we go. Decent banners on another battle. 67 I will take, but obviously final banners not looking great for where I am. 2,087 banners. Our opponent hadn't attacked at this point, but I will bring up the score that he posted just now for everybody to see. Okay guys, so here you can see my opponent decided to simply attack my Rey. He went in with a full arena team of Jedi Knight Revan, JML, JKL, Wat Tambor and Gas to take out Rey, 60 bannered it, and then never attacked again. So I guess this was more of a pity victory than anything. I don't know if he accidentally thought he was climbing an arena or something and decided to use an arena team, and then he realised, oh wait, I've used up Jedi Knight Luke, Wat and Gas all on one team, because I still had some pretty hefty defences for him to chew through, but he really could have, this was his victory to give away. I'm not sure why he didn't continue to attack. I'll take a free victory though. I'll see you guys all in the next video. Peace out.
Just giving a quick shout out to my patrons. I appreciate each and every single one of you, and without your support I wouldn't be doing this today. Thanks so much.